Pelin, so nice to have you on my video cast. For those that don't know, Pelin is the owner and founder of Spectrum Way Behaviour Consulting. And just a little bit of how we met, it's sort of funny, is through social media. I was doing a strategy that I would tell a lot of my clients, engage and follow and all that stuff. And that's how we connected as I started following you and you landed in my inbox after that. Grateful that we got to work together through coaching. And I really wanted to let everybody know about you. Tell us about your business and what inspired you to start it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Shayna. I'm happy to be here. We provide home and community based services for neurodiverse populations between ages 2 to 16 years old. What inspired me to start my own business? I'm a board certified behavior analyst and a registered behavior analyst in Ontario. I've been passionate about my job, especially about autism. I've been in this field for over 25 years. I've always been passionate about learning autism, how I can help these individuals and their families learn better, be themselves better, and have great life experiences overall. We provide BA-based services, stand for applied behavior analysis. And applied behavior analysis taught me to understand their behaviors and learning styles better. I was inspired by my experiences with these individuals to start this business and bring my vision to life because I feel that inclusion is the way to go with neurodiverse populations. Nobody should be left behind. And I'm happy to help them in the profession that I'm in.
I love that. When we first connected, I told you your business has a soft spot for me for so many different reasons. But I love the work that you guys are doing outside of traditional norms, teaching just the models that you guys are working through. It's incredible to see the different approach that you're offering through your services and supporting your clients. And you guys are primarily in Toronto, right?
So we provide services like home and community-based services. We are located off of York region. So we do have clients in York region, meaning that like Newmarket, Aurora, Richmond Hill, Bradford, even Simcoe County, part of Tottenham, Alliston, those areas. But we also serve the North York area too. We do have some clients from Oakville. I would say GTA, but more focused with the York region. York region is part of GTA too.
Very large. So you got a lot of
Yeah.
population that you're supporting.
Yes.
So as an entrepreneur, what did you think it would be like running a business and what's the reality of it now that you've been in it for a little while?
Yeah, I thought that having a business, because I'm a clinician, I'm confident that I'm good at my clinical work that I provide. But when it comes to do it under the umbrella of an is business, it's actually difficult. So I had initially have a lot of difficulties understanding financials, the business aspect of things in general, having a team. It was difficult. I thought that it's going to be more progressive and steady. So everything is going to be very positive, very steady. But over time, you come across challenges. Now it feels more like it's still progressive. I love how my business is progressing, but it's more like a roller coaster. And you need to get used to being in a roller coaster. Although in reality, I don't like roller coasters. It makes me anxious and it makes my tummy hurt if I go on a roller coaster. But for doing something that I'm passionate about, I will definitely do it. This is what I do with the business thing right now. I believe that in the long run, it's still going to feel like a roller coaster, being steady or wanting to progress the business. And this is what we need to be doing regardless. It is progressive, but it feels currently loud that I'm in a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I accept that I will be in this roller coaster for some time, right? So,
Yeah.
and which I don't complain, to be honest, although, as I said, it's challenging for me in reality. That metaphor made me think that it's challenging, but I accepted the challenge.
I love that. For people thinking about going into business, it's not always a steady ramp up and, things are smooth sailing. There's always pivoting, there's things that are changing, whether it's our environment or different resources that are available. There's always
Yeah.
something to improve. So I think it's important as entrepreneurs that we acknowledge the fact that unless you're growing, just like in life, you have to be growing and evolving, and it really helps the business. I'm glad that you're becoming more comfortable with the roller coaster ride.
Yes.
So over, how long have you been in business for again?
Since 2022, it's been 3.5 years.
Have you had any big aha moments or wins or hard lessons that you've taken away in how you've adjusted things for your business?
Yeah, I'm generally a quiet person. I have a quiet personality. I'm shy. I don't like asking too many questions because I think that I'm going to bother people by asking questions. And, it's maybe the way I was raised or how my personality grew over the years. But with this business, I challenged that feature of mine, especially having a business. If you want to really grow the business, you just need to keep asking and, asking and getting help to do things because as I said, like I'm a clinician, I didn't know anything when I first started the business. There are lots of things that you need to learn. I feel that I'm still learning and I'm liking it. Although it was challenging in the beginning, I feel that one thing that made me think I need to ask questions. I need to reach out to people to learn better. I'm not an expert in everything, and accepting that and reaching out to people is changing everything. It's just easier for me. So I think that was my aha moment. I need to ask questions in order to learn more. New questions come up. So I go out again and ask questions. And that is the way to grow. That's what I learned.
You need to keep asking questions, especially within your team, and improve things for them. It all ripples into the clients at the end of the day, too. So
Yes.
important. How would you say that you stay grounded during some of the tougher days that you have?
In our field, we always work with clients who have maladaptive behaviors, challenges in their own lives. So I know that we have, like, from the beginning, when I step into doing my work, I know that there will be challenges and positives. And like to go to handle the challenges or the difficult days, difficult moments, I know that and I prepare myself that good things are going to come up too. So I know that good things are going to come and those positivity will overcome the challenges overall. That's how I have been able to stay in this field for a long time because sometimes burnout is real in our field. From the business side of things, I use the same strategy. Like, yes, this is a challenge for me. I accept the challenge and I just try to figure out how I can do better either by asking questions or I lean on my team a lot. I work with a bunch of great people and we support each other because we're in the same situation with everything. When we are working our clients, we do provide teamwork. So I'm not only working with clients directly, I have a team. I have supervised therapists working under my supervision, and I have registered professionals like myself. We collaborate, mentor each other, and make our team feel comfortable and supported. So we lean on each other. I have a very talented operations manager who's helping me out with the administrative and business side of things too. She's been a great asset to my team. We try to reach out to people to ask more questions. It's the nature of the work we do. Sometimes you can't predict. Although you have good intentions and plans in place, sometimes things don't go as planned.
Just like in regular business or any other business. And it's great that you
Yes.
have a team of people you can lean on and trust, helping you build and grow, because I think it really makes a big difference as you're building your practice to have the right people around you. You don't need to know all the answers or have everything figured out as long as you know where to go and who to lean on to get that support. I love hearing how the business has evolved even since we first started working together, how you're working with more of the team and getting their support in different aspects. That's huge. I know a lot about your business, but how does your business make a difference for the clients that you're working with?
I want my clients to feel better about themselves, accept the situations they're in, and think positively. I'm confident that we are making that impact with our clients and getting them to the point where they're able to advocate for themselves and for the people they love, both our families and the individuals we provide direct service with. So we try to empower them to to be themselves and to advocate, to be able to advocate for themselves, regardless of how they do it. Because we do have non speaking clients, nonverbal clients. So we try to open up their communication ways as much as we can and help them to speak up for themselves. That's the most important thing, because communication is very important in our field. The more they communicate, the better they get. They learn for everybody. It's not just for them. I feel that advocacy is the most important. And I feel that we're making that impact in the populations we serve.
What's something about your industry that people don't really see from the outside?
People don't know what applied behavior analysis is. And of course, like, it's a science, and it's a science of behavior. So we study how a behavior forms, how it changes, how it sometimes become extinct, right? Like how you build up your habits, for example. And when we analyze the behavior, we take into so many things into consideration. Yes, we don't have a magic wand in our hands to fix everything, but analysis and critical thinking is the most important parts of our job. So the challenge, based on your question, is that part is always either misunderstood or people don't know. They know that it works for neurodiverse populations or people who have challenging behaviors. Somehow, like, the science, since it started, it's been researched. People think that it is something, the approach overall is very aversive, which is not. Like, there are lots of positive aspects of ABA, but people tend to see, of course, this is all how the field also evolved, but it's getting better. My business's job is also to disseminate what ABA is, what ABA is not. We have a science behind the approach that we offer. So
Right.
it's called ABA therapy because there's a therapeutic part of it, but it's also all its principles. We follow how behavior forms, the principles behind it, and it's backed up by research, by science. So we just want people to understand that we don't act on the fact that, oh, this worked for this person and it's going to work for the other person
Right.
as well. We don't know, like, unless it's really studied. And all of our approaches, and autism is well studied, or neurodiversities in different ways are well studied in ABA. Most of the time our approach is backed up by science. So this is the challenge that we're usually experiencing. ABA applies to anyone, any human being, and as well as animals, of course. Like, we don't do that part, but maybe other people, it's not very developed in Canada, also, the animal side of things. We do, like, we meet so many people in Canada have dogs, right? So they meet with dog trainers and that kind of stuff. They are using behavioral principles too, which is backed up by science itself. Human behavior, any type of human behavior, not just autistic behavior, neurotypical behaviors are also studied by ABA. And it started with animals. The research started studying animal behaviors first, and it evolved to the point where we are now. It keeps growing and evolving, like most sciences. We feel that we are misunderstood all the time. It's our mission too. So hopefully we are touching more lives and more people understand what ABA is.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining that. I just learned a bunch of things just in that as well. So hopefully everybody that's watching is learning from you and opens their eyes to these things. I know you've evolved and grown and are involved in a lot of different things within your business. Is there anything in the new year that you're excited about, or what's next for your business that you can share?
Yeah, we have started planning to open up a center. I know that it's a long road. It's part of that growth. We are still learning how to do it, what's the best way to do it. And to be able to serve, we're going to be continuing to serve the same population, same individuals. But if we open up a center, we will be able to train more professionals and train them better in being in one setting. And it's going to provide us a little bit more consistency. This is what excites us in the new year. Hopefully, as I said, this is just a plan for now, but we hope it's going to slowly evolve and reach the point where we will be able to open up one.
But that's so exciting. And honestly, even just a training component to help more people and the impact of the business and what you're working on is huge. Because I think that there's a lot of the population, and it's unfortunately, growing, that needs more of your support. So I love that you're teaching the next generation and helping more people through what you guys are doing. I can't wait to hear more about that. And that's so exciting. And I love opening clinics. How can people get in touch with you if they're looking for some support?
We do have a website. It's www.spectrumway.ca, and we keep updating our website to include our partners, to keep them updated about the social skills programs we offer and the information about the resources. We keep updating and keeping it live, the website, so they can reach our website or they can reach me directly. My email address is pelin@spectrumway.ca, or they can also use the info@spectrumway.ca email addresses.
I'll make sure that it's all linked at the bottom and on the video so everyone has easy access to connect with you. Well, thank you so much for this information and spending the time with me today. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to find this really helpful. And don't forget to reach out to Spectrum Way.
Thank you so much, Shayna. I appreciate your support and thanks for this opportunity.
Of course, always.